Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing my 230th Mezco Toyz 112 Collective action figure review, this time being of the Decapod gang. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see some great artwork of both of the Carbone brothers. And if we turn the box around, we can see some more artwork, this time of a wanted poster of the Decapod gang with a shadowy image of Doc Nocturnal on the hunt for these bad guys. So with the box out of the way, let's go ahead and crack these figures open and let them breathe. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Decapod gang here. This is awesome, dude. Like I've been saying for a while now, Mezco has really stepped up their game when it comes to their tailored suits. And again, this is just another prime example of how awesome Mezco is stepping it up. And I think they did a killer job here. So these are the Carbone brothers, which are like crustacean humanoid type of characters, anthropomorphic, you know what I mean? I think it's so cool. I do love how these turned out. Again, the suits look fantastic. You get these nice, almost like pinstripe suits, would look really good. Both figures have the exact same suit, so there's really nothing different there. You will see a difference in like the shirts, like this guy's wearing a black shirt with a white tie, where this one's going to be wearing a white shirt with a red tie. So as far as like clothing goes, that's the only real difference. But again, it all looks really nice. I love the crease down the pant leg right there, and the shoes, those nice polished, I don't know, what are those, Stacey Adams shoes? I don't know, but those look really good. The nice socks look really, really nice, dude. I also love the fact that there is actually a bendy wire here at the bottom of the jacket here, and then you can actually like bring this over and then bring this over like that. It is a double-breasted suit, so you can see the 4 pins right there. And if you like, it can't clip. I kind of wish there was like maybe a magnet or something to hold this in place better, because it kind of does open up a little bit. But if you use that bendy wire to kind of like shape it around the figure, it'll hold a little bit better, but it still looks really cool. Now, they both come with trench coats. That's why I left it on this one, so you can see how he looks with a trench coat. So you can have them with trench coats or without. And I love these two. Again, there's a bendy wire along the seam here. There's even a bendy wire in the strap like that if you want to wrap it up or tie it, you know, strap it down. However you want to do. Again, I love the little faux buttons like that. Just a really cool looking design, man. Again, everything that Mezco is doing right now, with like these suited characters, like all these like gangsters and things like that, you know, like the Dick Tracy characters and things like the Decapod gang here, I think they're absolutely killing it. Now, moving on to accessories, of course, we do get 2 of these Decapod gang circular base stands here. The artwork's pretty cool. You can't really individualize which character is which character, as they both wearing, seems like they're both wearing white shirts underneath, and their faces look pretty similar, but the artwork's still pretty cool. I do like it. And then we do get clear articulated arm. We also do get all kinds of interchangeable hands, because I cannot speak today. They're basically all like the Gomez heads, or hands, excuse me. Again, I cannot speak today. What the hell's wrong with me? If you have any of the Gomez hands and like the skull hands and things like that, that's pretty much exactly what they are, with the exception of like the flipping the bird hand. You pretty much get all those exact same hands, so you know exactly what to expect. We get a lot of great accessories. Like we get this little folding knife here, which I think looks really cool. I love the fact that it has like the pearlescent handle, like it's made of actual like shell or something like that, like a seashell of some kind, or like an inlay, you know what I mean? I think that's super dope, so I love that a lot. We get all kinds of guns, like this really cool pistol and things like this. You know, you can pull the clip out and it does cock back like a lot of Mezco weapons do, which is really nice. We get this really cool revolver, man. That thing is heavy duty. The barrel can spin, so I do love that a lot. We get this sawed-off shotgun, which I think is really cool too. It can crack open like you're gonna load it up with some shells and things. So again, love that a lot. I love when Mezco just makes their weapons like damn near functional. I think it's super cool. Then you got this little submachine gun, which is really nice too. Again, the magazine can come out. You do get an extra of that as well. You do get this really freaking rad, it's like their own version of a Tommy gun, you know, a very original weapon with the 2 drums. The drums can spin. I just love the design of that. The drums can come out and you do get extra drums, so that's really nice. But I also do love the fact that there's this new like effect piece where it looks like the shell casings are popping out of the gun, which you can attach to the guns itself. I think that's genius, man. I really do love that a lot. That just adds so much to the overall design and the look when you're like posing these guys around. So I think that's super cool. What a great job they did. Then we do get things like bullet effects. You know, a lot of these bullet effects we've seen before. Like, we've seen this many times. You know, we've seen this one here many times. And then this one, again, this is like one of the first bullet effects there was. So, you know, that one came with like the old school Punisher. But now we do have these. I can't remember if we've seen these ones before. I feel like we have, but I feel like these also might be new. So if you know, just give me a reminder in the comments. But these are great. So I love the fact that we got those. We even have a little smoke effect, which is really cool if you want to put that in any of the gun barrels, which is really rad. So I wish you would have came with a couple of these. I only got one. It would have been really cool to have gotten 2 of those. And then we got, you know, a bundle of dynamite sticks, which we've seen before many times with other figures, so I love that a lot. Sculpt and paint is always really nice on these, so I love stuff like this. Kind of shocking that they didn't come with Molotov cocktails. You know, that is an accessory that Mezco does make, and I figured Molotov cocktails would have been perfect with these guys, so I'm not sure why we didn't get those. And then we get this dude. This is Fredo. He is a shrimp of some kind. I forgot exactly what kind of shrimp, but this is gnarly. I think he looks so cool. I'm pretty sure this is a real type of shrimp, but I love the paint apps on that with that metallic greens and a little bit of blues right there by the eyes. I think those are the eyes. I don't know if those are the eyes. But the mouth and the hands and the mandibles and all of this looks really gnarly. He probably tastes amazing with some garlic butter. But this is really cool. He actually has a name, Fredo. And actually, I don't know if these guys have individual names. Do these guys have individual names? I don't know. Has Mezco put that out? Again, if they did, let me know and remind me which is which, and let me know in the comments. But I love the fact that we got Fredo, a shrimp, as one of their sidekicks. So that's really cool. Moving on, I totally forgot to talk about, they actually do come with cigarettes, but you get a few of these, which is really nice. So these crustaceans totally smoke up. I love that a lot. But we do got different head options here. Now, again, these are 2 different characters, so the heads are actually different. Now, I know a lot of people thought they're just going to be the same heads, and you're really just going to get a different, like, shirt and tie. But they actually are different. You can see the spacing of the eyes and the coloring, the shape of the dome. One character's head is a little more wider than the other. So, then again, there are differences. So, they really are individual sculpts, which I do appreciate. You also do get this third head sculpt, which is like the face like half blown off, which is pretty gnarly. So I think that's super rad. You can also actually add a blood effect to that to make it look even more gnarly. So I think that's really cool too as well. You also do get interchangeable mandibles. So like the mouthpiece will come off, which is really nice. And you have one that's closed. You have one that's a little more slightly open, and then you have one that's more like fully open, like a freaking predator, dude. So that looks really rad as well. You also get 2 pairs of shades with these guys. Now, again, since the head sculpts are different and the separation of the eyes is more spaced out on one than the other, so the shades do fit specific figures. You can't just put any shades on either figure. But then you get these really cool fedoras. You can pop those on there as well. Now the fedoras look nice. They do not, I wish those were magnetized. They do not hold on that well, honestly. They don't clip on or anything. So I noticed, maybe I'm doing something wrong. But when I'm popping them on and I'm trying to pose around, they just go flying off. So that's a little annoying, but it's nothing terrible. Again, I still do really like how it all looks once it all comes together. I'll probably just use some sticky tack to make sure they stay on. Now, I went ahead and took the jacket off on one of them, so you can see what we're working with here. It does feel like that more like Gomez buck or the skeleton buck. You know, they do have that brownish orange skin tone. The neck is a unique neck, you know, has that kind of crustacean type of thing. I'm going to go ahead and put the head back on here. And you can kind of see there's like no mouth. Again, the mandibles just kind of like slide out and slide in. And when you first do it, they can be pretty tight. So you want to just be very careful and just maybe even run it under some hot water to soften it up to pull them out. And once you do it, again, these things just kind of like slide in, and then you have a completely different look right there. So it looks really cool, and I do like it. So like this, you know, coming down to the bear without all his jacket and coat and things like that on. I'm going to run down the articulation. So the head and neck are on separate ball pegs, so that rolls around very nicely. Looks up that far, down that much, pivot side to side. The like antenna things here seem to be like on maybe little ball pegs or something like that, so you kind of like move those around. You can have them all the way up, out to the side like that. Just be very careful. You don't want to break those. Arms can go all the way up, down, up and out that far. No butterfly joint, rotation at the bicep, double jointed elbows, rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. You get the double ball peg, the midsection there, that rolls around very nicely, rotates left and right, crunches back a little bit, crunches forward pretty decent. Hip joints you can kick forward and up very far. That's actually really nice. Back a little bit like that. Do some Van Damme splits all the way out that far. That's really cool. You can see the socks like that with the bare legs, so you can kind of see what we're working with there. We got rotation upper thigh, double jointed knees, and then ball pegs at the ankle, so you can go up and down, rotate in a fairly decent ankle rocker because there's not a lot of sculpt there to hinder it. So overall, I think they're great, dude. Again, I am a big fan of Mezco's original IP stuff. I really, really am. And again, like I've been saying, how they've been stepping up their tailoring for their suited figures. These are incredible. I love the uniqueness of these like crab dudes. And where's Crab Louie? We're gonna need Crab Louie really soon. So these are awesome, man. Such badass figures, and definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here they are sitting next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and Mafex Batman figure. Also for comparison, here they are sitting next to a Transformers Soundwave and NECA Shredder. And for some Mezco comparison, here they are sitting next to a couple other suited baddies, being a Black Skull's Deathbroker and Two-Face. And for some good guy comparison in some suits, here they are sitting next to Dick Tracy and The Mask. And for even more Mezco comparison, here they are sitting next to both versions of Doc Nocturnal. So there it is, guys, my review of the Decapod gang. Now I realize these probably aren't going to be for everyone, as do a lot of us really want lobster mobsters. I don't know about you guys, but I do. I think these are so dope, man. I love Mezco's original IP. Now, to start off with some of the negatives, the suit jackets themselves, I do wish they closed a little bit better. I wish Mezco would go back to using magnets like they did very early on. I think magnetizing the suit jacket to make them hold closed a little bit tighter would be really nice. The same thing with the fedora hats. Those don't stay on all that well. They kind of just rest there. So I wish those were magnetized too, to stay on and just hold on a little bit better. Again, I wish they would go back to that. The articulation does work very well on these figures. They're super nicely articulated, but do expect once you put the suit jacket on and the trench coat, articulation will be hindered. That is just something standard. There's no real way around that. But I love the sculpts, man. I love the fact that we get two individual sculpts with these figures as far as the head sculpts go. Very nicely detailed with the interchangeable mandibles and things like that. I love all the weapons, all the different guns. Mezco goes all out when it comes to their accessories. I love all the muzzle effects and that knife with the pearlescent handle. I love the little shrimp dude. I think he's a really cool little addition. I absolutely love that new Tommy gun with the double drums. That thing is wicked. I love the blast effect on that. I love the new bullet casing effects that pop out of the sides of the guns. I mean, just so cool, man. So unique, so fun. Again, these aren't going to be for everyone, but they are for weirdos like me who just love a dope gangster action figure in a really nice tailored suit. They are fun, they are badass, and I think you would love them for your Mezco collections. So don't forget to be excellent to each other, and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.